Hey everybody, this is Doug. In this video, I want to spend a few minutes talking to you about getting the right people on your analytics team. And this is going to be super crucial because if you don't have the right people on your analytics team, then you're going to run into some snags. Your implementation could get stalled. You're going to run into some problems when you're trying to analyze the data, or when you're trying to act on that data, or when you're trying to get other people to do something that will allow you to move forward with your analytics, and you don't have the juice. You don't have the ability to make somebody do something that you need them to do. So anyway, you'll see as I go through the roles that each of these things can be handled by having the right people on your team. So let's start at the top. It's super important that you have an executive sponsor. Now, I'm not going to read all these bullet points on these slides to you, but I'll just kind of give you my thoughts about this, and then you can pause this and you can read these and you can see not only what they would do, but then under the little picture there, some of the traits that they might have. In any case, for the executive sponsor, it really is somebody that, I like this bullet 3, that can champion the role of web analytics throughout the organization and use influence to remove impediments to having a successful program. So to me, that really embodies the role of this person. And of course, there's more that they can do, as you have here on these other bullet points. But the main thing is, you got to have somebody up high enough that can help everything keep moving. And when people want to stop, then they, help move them along. Next, let's talk about the analytics owner. And that might even just explain this person really well. They do own web analytics within the organization. So they are this key point of contact for the executives, for anybody else on the team, for the analysts. They are typically one of the people that are going to be able to call in and get help from support at Adobe. They are going to know what the goals are of the analytics. They're going to know everybody on the team. They're going to make sure that every member of the team is doing their job. And they're really going to know the product as well, both from a technical side and from a business side, so that they can speak the language to everybody involved. So anyway, this analytics owner is just kind of the analytics super user on your team. And if you're watching these videos, it might be you. Next, we have a technical architect. Okay, so this is the person that really kind of determines the optimal way here on bullet point 3 to use the analytics features. And on number 4, provides the detailed tagging instructions to implementation developers, etc. So this is the person that is really going to potentially kind of take the strategic and turn it into the tactical, right? As we are looking at how to build this blueprint, and we'll talk more about that when you get to the BRD, the business requirements document, and the SDR, which is a solution design reference document, and how to actually implement and use analytics on your site. So this is the person that is going to kind of coordinate those QA efforts and talk to the implementation leads about what they need their teams to do and work on, etc. And then we do get to the technical leads. And so, however many of these you need on your team, or however many implementation engineers or business consultants or any of these roles, is going to be up to really the size of your organization and the analytics needs for your sites. So it might be small, you might be a small organization and you are wearing a lot of these hats, or, this may be a lot of different people. So technical leads, key point of contact for the technical aspects of analytics for the specific assigned business partners. Okay, so they're going to work with the implementation developers, and they're going to understand exactly what is needed and how to divvy out those tasks to the implementation developers and really just kind of get involved. And they really need to understand that deployment, that implementation, and how that's going to work so that they can make sure that they're done right, so that they can make sure that they're done at all, etc. And then you have the people who are actually going to do the implementation, okay? So the implementation developers, they're going to be responsible for all the coding needed. They are going to be the ones that are receiving those tasks, and are setting up the stuff and doing that implementation. They're going to have a high degree of technical knowledge so that they can actually work with your internal systems to get the data into analytics that is needed. And then last but not least, the business analysts. So these are the people that are going to be focused on the business side. The last few people were really on the technical side, but once it is implemented and you're getting the numbers coming in, then we get to the point where you got to figure out what you're going to do with these reports. How are you going to act on them? What can we learn from them? We need somebody to do the analysis on those reports and on the numbers and on the KPIs that we are receiving and actually make those recommendations for how to improve our site and how to improve the marketing for getting people to come to our site. So yeah, these are the people that are going to do that analysis and make recommendations. And really, those are the key people on your analytics team. So you do kind of have to have somebody at the top pushing this along and supporting it. And then you got to have your super user. You've got to have the people doing the implementation and architecting that and actually doing the work. And then you have to have somebody that's going to be doing the analysis and making recommendations based on that. So again, if you are a one-person show, then good luck. That's awesome. And you have a lot of work ahead of you. Hopefully you can split this up a little bit and and you have some different people to help you with this analytics program. But take some time and identify the people that are going to be on your team that might fulfill these roles. And I think it'll help you a lot to make sure that these roles are filled. Good luck.